isn't growing, here's what to do. It starts with your scalp. Now, you've probably heard of shampooing your scalp and conditioning the lengths of your hair, which is a good place to start, but it's not doing the most that it can do. Your scalp is where your hair follicles are. That is where you need to be centering a lot of the care, starting with a scaling shampoo to remove the buildup of product and oil. The biggest thing that can stunt your hair growth or your hair regrowth is a ill taken care of scalp. That is where your hair is coming from, and if it's not properly loved, it's not going to really just help your hair grow the way that it can. I use this rosemary scaling shampoo. This is my second bottle, and it has done wonders for my hair growth. This, along with a scalp scrub, is able to remove all of the product and oil buildup from the week prior, and it has just done so much for my hair growth. After scrubbing your scalp, you need to soothe your scalp. You want to nourish the scalp. A good scalp serum is a great place to start. And when you have advanced a bit using a little bit of hair oil like castor oil or vitamin E to further nourish the scalp, the roots, everything, just to, help feed your hair. You want to feed the follicles, essentially. You want to feed them. You can't see the labels of what I'm using. You want to feed them with the moisture, basically, because a moisturized scalp, moisturized hair is hair that grows. Now, of course, after shampooing, you're going to use any kind of hair mask. For me, I don't have it with me at the moment because I need to get more, but I like the Dove Super Serum. It took me a second, and I leave that in for a while. I also like to use this a little bit. It's not how the product is supposed to be used, but it's how it works best because it's done so much for my hair using it like this. But the Shea Black Castor Oil Leave-In Conditioner, I use that as a hair mask. I find it the most effective as a hair mask for me and my hair. Gracious, this is not... Stay. Goodness gracious. After that, I'm gonna need to stop and fix this. Okay, I think that's better. Anyway, so after you rinse out your hair mask, you're going to use a good hydrating conditioner. I am on my second bottle of this, but I flip-flop between this and my Maui Moisture curly conditioner, depending on what my hair needs more that day. After you rinse out your conditioner, I like to leave it in for 10 minutes. It's absolutely not necessary to leave it in that long, but that's what works for my hair. After your conditioner, you're going to use a leave-in conditioner. They are best friends. They work together. They work together to help you and your hair. They are best friends. Let them be best friends. Use them together. Conditioner does not work without leave-in. Leave-in does not work without conditioner. Conditioner is to hydrate. Leave-in is to lock in the moisture. Moisture is the best thing for your hair growth. I use this hyaluronic acid one to just add that little extra push. Moisture, hyaluronic acid is great for moisturizing your skin. It's great for moisturizing your hair. I use this much for that extra push, but you can use what products work for your hair as long as you use them in this order. Use your conditioner and then your leave-in conditioner. I will not stop until it is ingrained in your skull that you use them together. That's my dog. Until you use them together. After your shower is super important because this is like one of the last steps, like the second to last step. First, for me, I use a bondant oil because I personally have been bleach frying my hair for the past 3 years until eventually I had to stop because it had gotten really stringy and stretchy, kind of like overcooked spaghetti noodles. It just wasn't great, and it was starting to come out in chunks, like it was breaking off in chunks. not just for fried or damaged hair, but just for hair that honestly just experiences a lot of breakage. Breakage can come from a multitude of reasons. Things like sleeping on just a regular pillowcase. It can be really hard putting all of that on it can be really hard for your hair putting all of that on your hair. So switching to a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet can be great for helping to fall back on how much breakage and damage is being done to your hair while you sleep, because you're tossing, you're turning, you're laying on it, it's getting caught on things. At least that's how it was for me. So just switching to a satin bonnet really helped a lot. I used to have a microfiber one, and that is not a sin that I'm particularly proud of, but I admit it, you know. Um, so after your bonding oil is going to come with your stylers, things like styling creams, styling gels, for me to just go in and style my curls, help them keep their shape, because I have a lot of hair and I am looking to cut about half of it off. So the weight of my hair can kind of just weigh my hair down and make it super frizzy. So I like to use this castor oil hair lotion. I used about a quarter size amount for half of my head, and just whatever's left over on my hand for my bangs. I don't know what that was, but a quarter of whatever is left on my bangs. And so that's how I set my hair, and then I diffuse with a little bit of hair oil in the morning. I like to create a cast because otherwise it just goes. I look like a cotton ball. Or at least that's how it was in the Florida humidity. Where I live, there is no humidity. There is only desert. There is only sand. There's only cactus. Now we're going to move on to ingredients and protecting your hair. So we're going to start with ingredients because that's honestly just the easiest. The thing with hair growth is a lot of people will tell you to use something like caffeine or minoxidil, which are great. They are great for hair growth, but that goes without saying, even though I'm going to say it anyways. I don't actually know what that means, but I'm going to say it anyways because I said it. They are stimulants, which means they only work as long as you are using them. If you use caffeine or minoxidil on your hair and it starts growing, if you stop using it, growth stops, the progress stops. You need to keep using to keep seeing results. That's just how it is. Things like rosemary shea butter, really just natural moisture in your hair care, is going to have, slower results. It's going to have less noticeable effects in shorter periods of time, but I found that it has more permanent results. If I could figure out how to talk, that would be great. Anyway, so aside from ingredients, protecting your hair, I had mentioned earlier, satin bonnets, satin pillowcases. When you sleep, you're rolling on your hair, it's getting caught in things, it's being tossed around. This causes friction, friction causes damage, damage causes breakage. Say it with me. Friction causes damage, damage causes breakage. Got it? Good. For me, personally, I sleep with a satin bonnet in my hair, and I don't currently own satin pillowcases. I have a satin bonnet, that's what I use. It works great for me. I did not always use a satin bonnet, and I'm gonna admit to a cardinal sin here. I used to use a microfiber bonnet. I know, you can go ahead and schedule my stoning for 6 p.m. next Friday. I used to use a microfiber bonnet. Not great for your hair. It protected my hair to an extent, but it didn't really do so much good as it kind of just prevented a mild amount of damage. So, satin bonnet, very happy with it. Satin pillowcases are also great, not just for your hair, but for your skin. But they just do a great job at preventing and reducing friction while you sleep. Another way to avoid, prevent damage, protect your hair is to just lessen your styling, your heat styling, as much as possible. Things like tight hair ties or really harsh brushing can also cause damage and breakage. If you have the hair type for it, protective styles are also great. My hair can handle absolutely nothing but the open hair, and that is it. There is not a hairstyle, just in general, in the future of my hair, besides clipping the top back for like 30 minutes. My hair can't handle very much. But if you have the hair type for it, if your hair can handle it, things like protective styles can be great for your hair growth and preventing damage.